Negro has stood up against the good old boys. This is a man that does what's right. He does what the law says. How many of you here want the laws enforced? That's all we're really asking, is our laws to be enforced in this country. And it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Andrew Thomas.
Thank you so much. Well, good afternoon, everybody. And don't we all feel so much better now that Obama has taken our NSA sensitivity training to heart? Don't we? I haven't felt so safe and warm and fuzzy in such a long time. Anyway, but I do feel great being here with some patriots who care about our Constitution and the rule of law and putting first things first and making sure that our basic liberties are protected. How about that? The Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms is often called the first freedom. And that makes sense because when you think about it, all of our other freedoms are meaningless if we do not have the ability to protect them. And that ability to protect all those other freedoms, all of which are important in the Bill of Rights, can only be given meaning if we defend the right that allows us to defend all the rest. And that is at the heart of why we are here. And I believe, I was just talking to the organizer of the event, I commend Gun Rights Across America and all the organizations and people who are here because it is important that we send a message to the government that we mean business in defending our basic rights. Yes! And that's what you're doing here. The fact that you've taken some time off on a beautiful Sunday when you could be doing something else to defend this right that is at the core of what it means to be an American and to have civil liberties says a lot to the government and the people who serve in the buildings behind us, and that's important. And it's important that you're here today. We have a guy in the White House who doesn't get that, in case you haven't heard. He thinks that he can issue executive orders that ignore the Constitution, that ignore your rights, that ignore the other institutions of government that are supposed to be a check on his power. And those executive orders in many cases are null and void. And we are here in Arizona to tell the federal government and an administration that is running amok, don't touch our Second Amendment rights. We will defend them. Now, in case you haven't heard, we're going to have an election this year. We're going to have a number of them. They're very important. Elections are always important. But the election this year is especially important in Arizona. It's important that we have somebody who believes in the Second Amendment in the buildings behind us, the state legislature and the governor's office. Let's not forget that. But I'm going to share something else, because a lot of you here agree with me that our border must be secure. It is not right now. That is not a newsflash to the people here or the vast majority of the people of Arizona. But we can do something about that. You can elect tough leaders who will secure the border, who will stand up to the left-wing special interest groups, the ACLU, who filed their lawsuits, who slapped handcuffs on our law enforcement leaders. And that is what we need. It will not be easy. There is tremendous opposition to that, to the rule of law, and to securing the border and the things that we care about. That is why we must stand up and elect people who believe in our basic rights, who believe in the Constitution and believe in the rule of law, and that starts with securing the border. I have many friends here today, people I've known for years, people who believe in the Constitution, and there are people here who are supporting my campaign for governor, and I'm very grateful for that. There is one concrete thing you can do if you believe that we need to have a fighter, a proven conservative fighter who will stand up for your rights. If you can give $5 to my campaign, if you have not already, we have a table back here. It's important. It's a $5 investment in a governor you can trust, who will keep his promises and who will stand up to all the powerful special interests who want the borders open and don't care about your gun rights. I ask that you do that before you leave. It is important. I want to close with this. By organizing, by being here today, by standing up for these basic principles that define who we are, that are at the core of our Constitution, at the core of our heritage, our citizenship, which, by the way, people want to bargain away. They want to sell off your citizenship. Pay a little fine and you can break into this country and you're as good a citizen as anyone else. Defend your citizenship, defend your heritage, defend your rights. That's why we're here today. I commend you for being here. It is an honor to be here with you and to speak to you. I commend you for what you're doing. God bless you, and God bless the great state of Arizona. Thank you.